Hi, this is Reasons Are Several, a weekly podcast where one guy's probably currently relieving himself in a pool waiting for another drink. My name is Matt. With me is Neil. Hi, Neil.
Hey, Matador. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well.
Jamaica is lovely.
I would assume so. I'm hoping you're enjoying it. You're almost done.
We're on the beach right now.
Okay,
yes.
Great. Since you're on the beach, we should talk about our special guest this week, which is Annaleis. Hi, Annaleis.
Hi.
Are you also relieving yourself in a pool?
We are on the nude beach because we don't go in the pee pool.
People.
Is there one that's notable for being that?
The bar.
The bar.
The in-pool bar.
Everybody pees.
Because you never see anybody leave. Because they're just sitting there drinking, and it's like... And unfortunately, it's blocked off from the rest of the pool. Like, there's the rest of the pool, and it has like a little waterfall that goes into the pee pool. So the water goes that way. It doesn't come the other way. And obviously with all the chemicals, it's fine. But it's hilarious at how few people get out of the bar pool to go to the bathroom.
It would be so great if they had the ink.
Yeah.
I mean, it would just be an ink mess in that pool. It would be so fantastic.
No one would swim. No one would get in the pool because they'd be like, oh.
I think the problem with the pee pool was that it would be so much pee. It would be all ink. So then people would be like, they don't know if it's me or not now.
Right.
Yeah.
To be the first few people to do it, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. I had some friends who went on a bachelor party trip to Mexico, and they were doing that. I don't know that there was a bar in the pool.
Right.
They just weren't getting out.
Yeah.
And they kind of were having fun with it as a joke. And then there were like, gals they were talking to and stuff that were like going underwater and like spitting water out and stuff. And they're like, oh boy.
Oh
boy.
Yeah.
Poor girls. Annaleis, this is your fourth time on the show.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, look at me.
Well, actually, technically fifth.
Yay.
You were on 224 with me, which was probably the best episode ever because it was just the two of us.
All time.
Neil agrees.
Yeah, I've said it.
He said it was good.
I said it was the best one.
It was a great episode. And then 200, you were kind of our producer / peanut gallery.
Right, for the live episode.
And then we'll have to talk about if we're going to do something for 250. 172 was all three of us, a bit of a devil's triangle.
Drinking
What do you
game.
drink?
Well, you drink.
Cheers.
And then we did a bonus episode on 172. So technically, this is your fifth time on the show.
Nice.
5 times.
You never forget your first. So
That's the trifecta.
I think it's more like you don't forget the last, but yeah.
No, not at all. By the way, I was going to ask, since I've got you both together, have you seen Solo yet?
No, we were going to watch it on Friday. Maybe tonight.
Maybe tonight.
Yeah.
Maybe tonight.
Like
That's not
we
how the song goes.
did a little more than we expected to yesterday. I think that we normally try to watch movies on Saturday nights because we can stay up a little bit later and have a cocktail and not get up at 6 a.m. on Sunday. And on weekdays, we are just like running
No
like
movies
crazy.
during the weekdays.
No. Like we watch like an hour of TV and like do the dishes and go to bed and that's it. So Saturdays is really the only nights.
I look forward to hearing when you finally do see the movie because I've been waiting for you to do it. And it's, to be fair, it came out 5 months ago. So, and you probably got the video a month ago.
It's still a new release.
About that.
Still technically a new release. It is a 2018 release.
Yeah.
But one would think you'd have seen it already. But whatever, it's cool.
The best laid plans never to fruition, or there's a saying there, right? Or something
like that.
Help me out. What does that mean?
Fruition's in there somewhere. Fruition.
Tuition?
Yes.
Tuition. The best laid plans with tuition. God damn that tuition. It's only going up.
And with tuition.
Try having kids and looking at those tuition rates anyway.
That's right.
Oh my gosh.
Real quickly, we have been doing a giveaway this month.
Give it away now.
And it's about, it's for Tinkerbell. How many times have you used Tinkerbell now? Annaleis?
I've only done it the one time, but I do have to practice a couple more times before Jamaica because I don't want to have to like figure that out after like a couple of red stripes. I want to have that dialed in. I want to have my technique down to a science before I attempt it after a few beers.
Yeah, you want to look like a pro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're not like, what is this crazy woman doing?
Well, I'm obviously hoping to be in there by myself, so it's just more of a personal goal to become better at it.
But you're not going to like sneak behind a palm tree and let it rip?
You never know. You never know. We'll see.
That's kind of part of the deal.
Yeah.
As having this new ability, you get to go wherever you want as long as you can kind of. The biggest concern is can I go quickly enough that nobody will walk by while I'm doing it? That's the only thing you kind of care about.
And can I shake this thing out enough to get all the pee off of it before I stick it back in a little carrying case and put it in my bag?
I've actually thought
You're talking about yourself, right, Neil?
I've actually thought about that a little bit. I thought about maybe putting an extra little couple of paper towels in my little travel case with my Tinkle Bell, just in case. Just or those little wipies that you can buy in the travel section of the store, just those little antibacterial hand wipes. Just maybe stick that in the little side pocket.
I think it'll be fine.
I'm sure
you could easily put it in the bag that carries your Tinkle Bell.
Yeah,
exactly.
There's room. Right?
Exactly. I've thought about it. I
mean, do you got to jam that thing in there, or does it fit pretty easily?
It's pretty good. It's a tight fit, but it fits in there nicely.
She jams the whole thing in there and then just peels down the little funnel part, the little pee part. But so it's always in there.
Oh man!
No,
walking around all the time.
Yeah.
Is that a guy? No,
no.
That's not a guy.
So how can somebody win said Tinkle Bell?
Well, first of all, just for full exposure, let's say,
if you will.
for your side of the giveaway, why don't you tell people how they can do it, and then we'll talk about ours. So,
and you can obviously enter through both giveaways, because we're giving away one on Dark Angels and Pretty Freaks / Halos and Heathens, and one on Reasons Are Several. If you'd like to enter for the Dark Angels and Pretty Freaks, go to youtube.com/Halos and Heathens, find the Tinkle Bell video that Annaleis made, watch it, give it a thumbs up, and then put your Twitter handle in the comments. And that's it.
That's all you got to do.
That's it.
And you're just picking randomly, correct?
Yeah, we're just going to pick a rando.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
You got to do what you got to do. For us, we are doing tweets. So if you hashtag TinkleMe and tag the Tinkle Bell and @ReasonsAre, you will get your tweet, and you can do as many as you like, entered into kind of the pool that we'll look through. And what I was planning on doing was into the pee pool of Tinkle Bell tweets. You have until the end of October, through October 31st. And on our November 6th or whatever episode, we'll announce, we'll pick the best tweet. And it can be whatever you want. You can tweet promotional for Tinkle Bell. You can make some silly story up. You can say something about the contest. You can say something about us. Whatever you want to do, just as long as it has that hashtag and that we're tagged in it.
A picture of you peeing.
That would be great. We talked about it at one point. Get your selfies out.
Yeah.
That might vault you right to the top 10. I can tell you that.
Get that selfie stick.
Pretty sure.
I don't want to squat anymore. Okay, then. Well, thanks for that.
You might win one, though.
That's right.
That'll be that.
So definitely go out. Oh, I have to look at your picture.
What picture?
I sent you a picture.
Oh.
Nice.
I sent you guys both a picture.
It's your dog.
It's the dog.
It's yo dog.
I accidentally just kicked her in the face. That's why I was like, she didn't move with that.
Sorry.
That's why I sent you that picture. She's down here by my feet, and I was like, oh shit.
My bad.
There's a dog down there. Okay. Anyway, sorry about that.
That shouldn't be an alarm to you, though.
Yeah, I know, right?
There's always a dog down there.
Right, exactly.
But typically.
So Halloween.
When
this episode releases, will be on Halloween. You guys are a fan of the holiday.
And guess where we are right now?
And you're in Jamaica on Halloween.
Yes.
I'm a fan of the holiday. Of course, having kids, you get to kind of get even more back into it because there's a lot of costumes involved and you're actually out there trick-or-treating. It's not weird anymore because I'm with kids when I'm trick-or-treating, so at least kind of alleviates that.
Right. You don't feel so creepy?
Yeah. Like, what? Who are you here with? Where's your kid? No.
Yeah. No.
I'm a fucking ghost,
one,
man.
If you want. I don't
trick
care.
Or treat.
Just pick one.
You decide.
Yeah.
So anyway, you actually provided this list, and we're going to go through some Halloween factoids.
Sounds good. I wanted to ask you, you guys do the bobbing for apples around Halloween? I'm being serious. I don't know why you're laughing. I'm being serious.
I think as we both know that that's a leading question, and you're waiting for his answer.
No. Which is funny is I was actually asking if you bob for the forbidden fruit.
Matt,
okay.
Do you bob? Do you bob?
No. Do the kids like to bob for apples? This is not a weird thing. I'm serious.
You're making it weird. No, so we have gone before to like my lady friends, like a guy who retired from her company had this event out at his place, which is like kind of way the fuck outside of Portland. And he had an apple farm, apple trees on his farm. And so they had some sort of that action going on just because it was around Halloween. But in today's day and age, you don't see the bobbing for apples quite as much as you used to see. It's kind of old timey.
Yeah, I've done it a couple times. And now being older, I'm like, that is so freaking gross.
It's unsanitary. It's unsanitary.
Because everybody usually there's a bunch of people that have some kind of makeup on for their costume. Mm-hmm. You've probably been out either at a party or trick-or-treating and you're all sweaty and gross, and then everybody's sticking their frickin' heads.
Well, it's not in their heads. They're trying to actually bite the apple, so all their mouths are touching all the apple.
Right, so they're drooling, they're licking. You might as well just everybody just stick their tongues in the middle of a group and just.
Well, what time's the party?
Yeah, can be.
Have we ruined that for everybody?
Yeah, so don't bob
do
for
that.
apples.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Bob for kumquats.
Something else, something easier to pick up with your mouth.
Yeah, maybe. For sure.
Bob for candy bars. That could.
There you
messy.
go.
Good. Ugh. Oh, gross.
And make it milk. Bob for cereal. Fill it up with milk. Just put a bunch of random cereal in there.
Who just gets a mouthful.
Yeah.
That is gross.
Now I just want some guy named Bob with a sign that says 4 apples. Like, I'm all 4 apples. That's it.
Bob for apples. That'd be a great campaign slogan. So some factoids here. I don't think we have a drop for our Halloween factoids. Did you?
No, you can insert a scary sound.
Ooh, factoid.
There you go.
So I'm gonna run through. There was a big long list. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna do them all, but there are some that are kind of funny. So
can I ask one question before you start?
No.
There's one of the factoids.
I said you couldn't ask a question.
That people would wear other people's skin as a costume.
No,
this isn't like Skinwalker territory.
This would have been fun. No, okay, so. Well, Halloween just lost a little luster.
The Skinwalker is totally a different deal. That's like where you're shape-shifting and shit like that. That's some crazy stuff. Go ahead and tell me your factoid about people wearing each other's skin.
No, I'm just curious. I was wondering if that's like how how Halloween started. Like, peel Grandpa's face off and put it on your face, and that'll be your costume.
I think we actually watched the Drunk History that explained how Halloween started.
I don't remember. I was drunk. I got confused on what Drunk History was. I thought we were supposed to get drunk and watch a show on history.
It almost always delowers that show.
Yeah, always.
All right, but go on. Let's hit me with the factoid.
Fear of Halloween. Do you know what the fear of Halloween is called?
Halloweenitis.
I'm gonna say this way wrong. Probably it's called Samhainophobia, which
Colin, Sam Hain.
Well, I was envisioning that there's just like some wuss out there named Sam Hain who just could not deal with Halloween. So like, we're gonna call it Samhainophobia.
Are you sure Sam isn't?
Or maybe
Corey's?
He's the guy that they're afraid of.
Sam isn't Corey's brother? Is it Sam Hain?
It's not Haim. And I'm sure that I'm pronouncing that way wrong. It's probably like some Celtic word.
Right.
I'm totally slaughtering
it. Seamus.
Yeah.
Exactly. According to Irish legend, jack-o'-lanterns, are you familiar?
I am.
Are named after a stingy man named Jack who, because he tricked the devil several times, was forbidden entrance into both heaven and hell. So he was condemned to wander the earth waving his lantern to lead people away from their paths. What a dick.
Freaking Jack.
Should be called Dick-o'-lantern then.
So I find it funny that he's actually being punished for outsmarting the devil. Like that seems like that's
you think you'd get
he's really smart. Like you'd get like a high five from somebody.
High five from Jesus.
If he's gonna trick the devil, why does he get forbidden to go to heaven?
Because they're friends. They're all in on it. It's it's a two-party system, but they're all together.
You can't have one without the other, right? You can't have evil without the good.
They just want us to argue against each other so they can remain in power.
They're just trying to keep us busy down here.
Right. Yeah.
And they're like, hey, this Jack dude, you're out, bro.
You cross one, you cross them all.
Why don't you go waving your lantern around?
Don't let them go out to dinner. Their kids play sports together. Don't let them lie to you.
The truth comes out.
Right.
Trick-or-treating evolved from the ancient Celtic tradition of putting out treats and food to placate spirits who roam the streets at Samhain. A sacred festival that marked the end of the Celtic calendar year. There's Samhain.
There's Sam.
That is not the Drunk History version.
I don't.
In the Drunk History version, they talk about this woman who came up with this idea.
Oh, no, that was for Halloween. That was in the U.S., though. I don't think it was
was that
worldwide.
only for the U.S.?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What was the idea?
Well, basically, these bunch of hooligan kids would go out and like cause a ruckus on Halloween night and like break the town, right?
Yeah.
And so she kept coming up with all these parties and like activities for them to keep them busy. And part of that was trick or treating for candy or whatever. So that way they're not out destroying the town.
And wasn't it the thing that like she came up with the party and she thought it worked and then it didn't?
Yeah, right.
And like she kept coming up with an idea every year and it kept failing.
It took her like
and then she
5 years or something like that. Yeah,
she finally figured it out. Damn kids ruining everything. So this Sam Hain guy is everywhere, clearly. Kids candy preferences.
All right.
Ready? 50% some sort of chocolate item.
I'm in.
24% a non-chocolate candy.
All right.
10% gum.
Well, I guess.
What?
I was not a fan of gum for trick-or-treating.
But do you that's just a throw in, like, sure, I'll chew it eventually, but that's not what you're really going for.
No.
You're not like waiting for the gum.
And I like gum. Like, I am a fan of gum, but I didn't want it as a treat on my trick-or-treating.
Right.
I was just going to buy my own damn gum.
He was so serious. I like gum. I'm a fan of
He
gum.
will buy a case of
Was
gum
that an
at the
advertisement?
Costco.
Was that like a commercial?
He likes
I didn't
gum
want to tell you,
enough
Matt.
that he will buy gum at the Costco.
I didn't want to ruin the surprise, Matt, but Halos and Heathens is now brought to you by Trident. I'm the fifth, or I'm the sixth dentist.
I'm a gum guy.
Are you a gum guy?
I chew gum.
Chew the
My
shit
kids
out
are
of gum.
constantly asking for it, so maybe that gives some credence to it. That,
Yeah.
by the way, leaves 16%.
Yeah.
That was not accounted for.
Popcorn
Which
balls.
I assume that, or I assume maybe just kids that like
Razor blades.
apples with razor blades.
Yeah.
That kind of leads me to two questions.
Hmm.
What is your favorite candy bar? Don't pick 5, just one. Don't Hobie that shit. Just one candy bar. And then my second question is, and we can cover it later, but I want to ask Matt what he gives out. Do they give out like helpful like school supplies, or do you just legit just do candy?
School supplies?
Yeah.
Okay.
People do that.
Individual sunflower seeds.
Just one. You get 3. They're
Opened.
for you.
Yeah.
Empty.
From your mouth.
They're actually in your mouth and just
I
put
licked
them
the
into their
salt off
bag.
already. Sorry, guys.
Oh, it's so gross.
Well, you start with
so
your
gross.
favorite. What's your favorite?
Kit Kat.
Solid.
I'm going to go. I really like the penguin bars now.
Oh yeah, that's.
But
a good
I
one.
guess I'd go Twix. Maybe.
Oh, that is solid. Yes.
Twix.
Yeah, because then you get 2. What?
You do get 2, but
But
I
Kit
just
Kat,
feel
you
like
get like
it's-
5.
Yeah.
You get 4. Come on, bro.
Oh, is it 4?
It's
Well,
like
unless you get
5,
the king
though.
size.
It's like
Yes, I said
5.
Get
like
king
5.
size, then it's like 8.
Well, there you go.
You get the mega king size, it's like 12 or
Yeah,
16.
eat
It's
them
like
forever.
5.
It's like
So-
5. 4, Matt. It's like 5.
As you can tell by my understanding of the Kit Kat bar,
Yes.
I am a big
You-
fan.
Kit
So
Kat.
I had this conversation came up actually last weekend when I was on my guys trip because my buddy Josh was like, "I know what your favorite candy bar is," and he points at me, very accusatory.
Right.
Says your favorite candy bar is a Kit Kat, and I said, "Here's the thing about Kit Kats. Kit Kat is very easy and convenient. You could like be on a road trip and stop at a gas station, just grab
We
a
are
Kit
all
Kat."
way too serious about this gum.
I'm
candy.
just telling you. I'm just trying to break it down. But I bet you, if I had to choose, it's peanut butter cups. I love
okay.
peanut butter cups.
No, those are good.
But Kit Kats are a lot easier to manage, so I eat them maybe more than I eat peanut butter
Easier
cups.
to manage.
it's
Do you
hard to
have
ma-
a-
it's
do you have
hard
a
to- it's
peanut
hard
butter-
to manage.
Peanut butter cup incident once? Did something happen?
They're just a little more messy. They're harder. There's a lot more unwrapping of shit, especially like if you get the bag with the individuals.
Oh, the
that's a lot of
minis?
unwrapping. That's a lot of wrapping going
Yeah,
on.
sure.
If you do the regular ones, the regular bar of a Reese's peanut butter cup,
Yeah.
again, it's just a lot of work to get to it. Kit Kat, you rip that shit
what's
open,
your
you're in.
stance on like the Reese's Pieces though? Because you could just buy a bag of
Ooh,
that
that's
and
not
Don't
same
like
thing.
Reese's Pieces.
Not the same thing.
Wow.
I can't do the Reese's Pieces.
Oh, I
They're
really
not.
like
They don't
those.
taste the same.
No, it
No, they
doesn't
don't.
taste
Don't
like
get
a-
me
But they're
started on
good.
those little mini
Don't yell at me.
Reese's peanut butter cups.
Yeah.
Damn it, Annaleis. Those
They
little
don't
mini,
taste the same.
The tiny
don't
little,
taste
the
the
fat
same.
ones.
the little ones that are like wrapped in gold wrapping.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Those,
There's not a lot of peanut butter in those.
And 3
the
hours
choc-
later, you got to eat like 4 of those because it takes so long. to open.
exactly.
And the chocolate tastes different on those to me.
Right.
Yeah, it's like I'm not a huge Hershey Kiss fan because
No.
it's too much work and it's not
It's a
that good.
sham.
That's
They're just trying
the-
to slow you down.
That's
Yeah,
the
they are.
girl version. That's the girl version of a peanut butter cup because they ruin everything. It'll make sense when you hear the other episode.
Okay.
So it's funny because this is pre-recorded, so
Right.
she'll have listened to this
I
by
know.
the time
I'm like,
this comes
what?
out. But
What
she
did I
hasn't
do?
yet.
What did
Yeah.
I do?
Yes. Oh, you'll find
didn't-
out.
No, it's not. not you.
It's not you. Well,
It's
wait a
all
minute.
the girls from the beginning of time.
Do you wear athletic shorts, Annalise?
Yeah,
I do.
Then you ruined it.
you ruined it.
But I don't very often. I'm more of a yoga pants kind of girl. But so we'll.
So what
come,
do you hand out to give to the other kids? I know you guys are in a gated community up on a freaking hill.
Correct.
So no,
We don't let
you
the
don't have
kids in.
local kids. Oh no, because you take your kids to like the mall or something, right?
No. So I take our kids to
Oh,
some
no.
friends of ours live in a neighborhood that's like a ton of families. So we just go trick or treat with them every year. Our community is only like our little semicircle street is only 7 houses.
Mm-hmm.
And the average age of those people, aside from us, is probably 72, 74.
Oh, okay.
So
there's no
semicircle,
kids.
do you live on a cul-de-sac?
It's a little semicircle. It has 2 entrances.
Oh, interesting.
So it's its own little private road. Technically, we can shut it down, but we also have to pay for
Shut her down.
Yeah. Shut it down. Everybody out of here.
Yeah, like when we have our homeowners association.
Who are those brown
shut
people? Shut this road down.
Yeah, we're going to shut this shit down.
They're here to clean the houses. Sorry.
So basically you go somewhere else because your kids, A, wouldn't get any candy as well as you wouldn't get any trick-or-treaters. So what's the point?
Right. Why be home when nobody's coming? I mean, there may be one or two people come by, but I mean, sorry, we're not going to worry about it for that. We might, I mean, my lady friend talked about leaving a bowl out with our extra candy that we got because I got some candy for these asshole kids that are on our soccer teams. Just kidding. They're very nice.
I'm sure they are.
We thought about leaving them in a bowl out front.
Sure.
You can't do that.
No,
because whoever comes by takes them all.
Oh, we've watched people with our security camera.
Mom take them all.
Somebody's mom came and took our whole bowl of candy.
Was she dressed up?
Nope. Yeah. No. She just ran. She was trying to be all stealth. Ran up and got it real quick and ran away. And we're like, you're just screwing the kids.
You're screwing the kids. Why? Stop screwing kids.
Right. Yeah. What do you think you are?
The answer is he doesn't hand out either. So there you go. All right.
And since we're on a beach right now, we're not handing out candy either.
No. The way I used to approach it as far as handing out candy is sometimes we would be in a place where we might get a few. So I would purposely get candy I liked.
For sure. That's what we do too.
Which is probably the bad idea. It's the bad idea, though, because you should buy something you don't like so you won't eat it all. And you just
Neil
take it to
will
work
grab
and
the
get
bag of stuff we don't necessarily like. And I'm like, no, let's get the Kit Kat bag.
That is not true at all.
Is that not true?
Matt. That is not even close to the truth.
I guess that you just grab a bag and I'm always like, this bag. This bag.
Senator?
And Matt, this is how it happens. We go shopping for candy, and I say, what kind of candy would you like to get? Because I probably won't eat it. And she goes, well, I shouldn't eat it, but I like this, and then I can take it to work. And I go, okay.
Yeah.
So
Did
I
you
don't
say
know
you could
what
twerk?
she's talking about.
What'd you say?
That's true.
Yes, I'm twerking right now.
That is true.
All right, give us another fact.
I guess I just always want what I want.
Hey, she knows what she wants. That's fine. Souling.
What?
Souling. So like soul, like the Kia. Like your soul.
Okay, yeah.
Or the Kia. Souling is a medieval Christian precursor to modern day trick-or-treating on Hallowmas.
Oh.
That's November 1st, some people call Hallowmas.
Is that Halloween for the rest of us?
It's more like a combination between Halloween and Christmas, it seems like.
Oh.
Hallowmas. Unless it's Hallowmas. So it's
or
more
Hallowmas, like Christ Mass, Hallow,
Mass.
Halo,
Extended
Mass.
out. Halo. Halos and Heathens.
.com
Yeah.
/awesome.
The poor would go door to door offering prayers for the dead in exchange for soul cakes. What's in a soul cake? Sounds delicious.
Oh, I'm going to say like kidney.
Is that
guts?
Did they
we saw something about
like
that
in for some reason I feel like they sell something that's like that in Jamaica, like in the convenience stores. It's something that's called soul cake, and it's like a
something. We're here. We're here now. We're gonna go look. We'll be right back.
Bring that back. Yeah.
Please hold on.
I'll wait.
So that's kind of cool. So you're not a person of means, and you knock on the door, and you're like, "Hey, I'm here to pray for your grandfather who passed away."
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, "Cool. Here's a soul cake."
Here's a soul cake.
Yeah. Not to be confused with the Soul Train.
No. Yeah, exactly.
A couple people were. They were like, "Oh, I thought this was Soul Train." They're like, "No."
Right.
And they danced back down the road.
Yeah, they did.
In roller skates.
They backed out. They rolled it back.
So this one's a little tough. With their link to the ancient Celtic festival of Samhain, it's going to be funny because somebody's going to hear this, and every time they're going to hear it go, it's Samhain or something. Yeah. It's going to have some weird name to it, some weird pronunciation. With their link to ancient Celtic festival and later to witches, cats have a permanent place in Halloween folklore. During the ancient celebration of Samhain, druids were said to throw cats into a fire, often in wicker cages as part of a divination. Is that how you say that? Divination proceeding?
Divination, yeah.
Yeah.
So
you motherfuckers.
So fire puss. That's what they called it, right?
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
I don't like it.
So should I be more mad at Sam or the druids? I don't know.
The druids.
I'm going to say the druids. Who's tossing the puss?
The druids.
The druids.
Yeah.
So you're mad at the druids.
So I'm going to go fucking burn Stonehenge to the ground.
You're gonna
Didn't
burn
they? Right.
Stonehenge.
How you like me now,
Druids?
Druids?
Light on fire.
Somebody get some wood up in here.
It's getting very hot.
I gotta go all Chevy Chase on it,
very
just
hot.
back my car and do a
There you
fucking
go.
dominoes technique on it now.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah,
I mean,
they did a
there's
lot
a
of
lot that I'll do with
sacrifices,
puss,
though, right?
but I don't like to throw it in a fire.
No, you don't want to throw that puss in the fire.
No, it's a solid waste.
Yeah, just let that one go, Annaleis.
Did you want your puss tossed?
Nope.
Oh boy, that might be the episode title. Halloween has variously been called All Hallows Eve, Witches' Night, Lamb's Wool, Snap Apple Night, Samhain, and Summer's End. What's your favorite?
My favorite would be.
Why would it be called lamb's wool?
I don't know. They didn't have that information on this link.
I don't. What?
Mine would be Night of the Fire Puss.
That's a pretty good one. I like Witches' Night because it's kind of like Ladies' Night.
Oh, they ruined everything.
Can we call
Witches'
it
Night was the
candy
precursor.
toss?
Candy toss.
That's pretty good.
That's not bad.
Can we do that? I'd go to that.
Soul cakes for all. Scottish girls believe they could see images of their.
Of course they do.
Because they ruin everything.
Images of their what?
Scottish girls believe they could see images of their future husband if they hung wet sheets in front of the fire on Halloween. Other girls, hold on. Other girls believe they would see their boyfriend's faces if they looked into mirrors while walking downstairs at midnight on Halloween. That is very specific and creepy, and that sounds like Bloody Mary.
And it's also very dangerous. So, like, you're looking in the mirrors, you're walking down the stairs, like, in the dark. You're like,
they're concussed. That's why they see their boyfriend's face.
So
there
funny.
you go.
No, they do see their boyfriends because their boyfriends are the ones who are picking them up and taking them to the local.
Exactly. Are you okay?
The hospital.
The healer.
You took a nasty spill. You all right? You're naked. You know that?
Here it is. This is what it is. They wake up and they see the doctor and like, oh, my future husband.
Yeah.
Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Their sheets wet from all the blood coming from their head trauma. So.
As soon as you said that, in my head, I'm like, and down the stairs.
I think what it is that some of the younger girls were wetting their beds and they were hanging the sheets in front of the fire to dry them, and their parents saw them and they're like, no, I'm going to see my future husband. This is a whole thing. And parents back then were so stupid. They were like, oh, okay.
Yeah. They just let it go.
Yeah.
Parents are so dumb.
Yeah. They were fire pussing all over the place, so they need to get back to that.
According to tradition, if a person wears his or her clothes inside out and then walks backwards on Halloween,
crisscross,
he or she will see a witch at midnight. Again, there's so much going on here.
Yeah.
Why are you making so many things happen at the same time? So you have to have your clothes inside out. Did I say inside out?
Yeah. Inside out and walk backwards.
And walk backwards, and you'll see a witch at midnight. See, that's not crisscross. Crisscross would call that wiggity, 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 whack.
Right. The Daddy Mac say.
Their shit was backward.
Yeah.
Which works with walking backward.
Do you think this was just parents that like got drunk at their, puss night party and then came home and they're like, kids, you got to put on your shit. They're going to believe us. Watch it.
Watch this.
Put on your clothes.
This is going to be hilarious.
Inside out and walk backwards.
You're going to see a witch.
At midnight. Right. You're going to see a witch. Janice, shut up. They're going to believe us.
He believes it.
Stop laughing.
Shh.
But if you combine those
walk down the stairs.
Shh, I have something to tell you.
If you combine those two, that's a lot of shit going on at the same time. Like, so what if let me combine those two. So if
Would
you
two wrongs make a right? Two backwards make a front.
Yeah,
maybe.
Now do you have to walk forward? You have to slide down the banister now?
Well, if you're a Scottish girl and you have your clothes on backward and you're walking down the stairs backward and you're looking in a mirror to see your future boyfriend, you will also see a witch, but it has to be right at midnight.
So does that make are you going to start dating a witch?
Maybe. Or you see both. You see a witch murdering your future boyfriend.
Which is how you went insane.
Right.
These all sound great. Yeah, these all sound like mental asylum stories. Oh, my God. During the pre-Halloween celebration of Samhain. There he is again. Jesus. Fucking
Jerk.
Sam. Yeah, exactly. Bonfires were lit to ensure the sun would return after the long, hard winter. Often, druid priests, those motherfuckers, would throw the bones. Listen, they're not done. They're not just done with the cats. They're moving on.
Good.
They will throw the bones of cattle into the flames, and hence, bonefire became bonfire.
Oh, I like that. I thought it was bonfire because we listen to a lot of Bon Jovi or at the beach.
That makes sense. But bonefire, I can start calling it bonefire from now on.
Might have a new title.
Bone
for this
Daddy.
episode. Bonefire.
Bonfire is a great name. I love that. I'll never say
really
bonfire
into
again.
the fire.
No, right.
I gather.
Yeah,
Druids
they're
like
all about
burning
the fire.
shit.
Yeah, pretty much. Sacrificing, burning shit.
It's a good life.
Exactly.
Good life.
Yeah.
Hey, I made this plate of sandwiches. What do you want to do? Fucking let's throw them in the fire. See what
Burn
happens.
it. Burn it to the ground.
Mom, I brought home this stray kitten. Great. Something else we can throw in the fire. So go see if you can find more.
Puss fire,
no.
bone fire. Boom.
That's it.
Sounds terrible.
Cows are dead.
I hate druids. I didn't know how much I hated druids until I read this
Until
list.
now.
In many countries, such as France and Australia, Halloween is seen as an unwanted and overly commercial American influence. Well, I mean, fuck off, but you're probably right.
Yeah. What do you think about Valentine's Day?
They're not wrong.
Exactly.
They're not wrong.
No, they're not.
No.
I mean, blame the Irish. I think they originally started this shit.
Blame Sam Fireman Hain.
Yeah. Blame Sam.
Corey's dad.
Yes, Corey's dad fucked it all up, and that's why Corey died. Oh man, that was low. Sorry.
You think they threw him into the fire?
Wow.
They threw him into the fire.
Yeah.
Is that too far?
Is that
It might be too far.
I don't know.
I don't think it's too far.
It might be too
Just
far.
far
I'm
enough.
sorry, Corey.
Or is
Corey,
it too
I'm
late?
so sorry. I apologize to
far,
Corey's mother
too
because
late?
Corey's mother really was trying to get him back.
Yeah.
I apologize to Corey.
She's a
Feldman
druid,
as well.
though.
Oh, that's
He might have been. Well, he's a son of a druid. You son of a druid. That's going to be a new nick. That's going to be a new one. No son of a bitch anymore.
You
It's
son of a druid.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Oh, what are you going to burn me now?
Oh no.
Yeah. Go ahead. Here's some matches. Go at it. Children are more than twice as likely. This is going to be dark. You ready?
Yes.
Children are more than twice as likely to be killed in a pedestrian car accident on Halloween than any other night. So parents,
Population control.
What
have
are you
fun
doing?
with that. What?
Yeah.
Is that because they're just drunk and coming home?
I don't
from
think
the
it's fun.
Halloween
I think they're
parties, or-
small and they just walk out in front of
They're
cars.
running around, and you've got people. But you also have people out boozing it up at Halloween
That
parties.
makes
so
way
you
more
combine
sense
the
than what I was
two.
thinking.
Yeah.
I'm
And they're
surprised it's
usually-
not
way more
5
sense.
times more.
And they're
Right,
always,
yeah.
I mean, half the costumes are dark.
Dark,
So you're
yeah.
Darth Vader, you're a
Right.
vampire, you're a shaved Wookiee,
That guy
Right.
from Scream.
the guy from Scream, or
Yep.
girl.
They're all
Dum-dum.
just black
Yeah.
capes.
Mhm.
Right over them.
Right. Your Knight Rider, your Kit.
You're a Knight Rider.
Oh, I hadn't thought about that. Oh, sorry, guys.
But no, because then you get to throw them into a fire.
Right.
It's true. Bonfire.
Population control,
Legit.
technically, I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah.
Get them before
You're
the
correct.
priests do.
Oh.
Oh,
What?
Who's worse?
is happening?
Too soon?
Druids versus priests.
Too
Hell of a
far?
softball game they've got every year.
That's right.
Last fact. In 2010, 72% of those surveyed by the National Retail Federation, which sounds funny, will hand out candy. So 72% will hand out candy, which that seems pretty high because a lot of people are out doing shit with their kids. They're not necessarily handing out the candy also. 46% will carve a pumpkin, a.k.a. Dick-o'-lantern. 21% will visit a haunted house. 12% will dress up their pets. And 1% will flee the country to a Caribbean island for vacation.
There you go. We'll be there.
Are we the 1%?
We're part of
You
the
are the
1%.
1%. By the way, I heard you talking about the pronunciation. So you say both ways, Caribbean and Caribbean?
Yeah. I don't know. It depends on the what we're talking about, I guess.
Like when you're saying, I'm going to go to this place,
Right.
it's the Caribbean. Right.
When you're talking about the movies, what do you say?
Pirates of the Caribbean.
There you go.
Or if I'm singing Billy Ocean, Caribbean Queen.
There you
It's
go.
not Caribbean Queen.
No, it's not, for sure.
Do you find it odd that Billy Ocean's top 2 hits, A Man Named Ocean, were about, what, a car and a sea? So Caribbean Queen and Get Out of My Dreams and Get Into My Car, which, by the way, if you ever go back and listen to that song, it's
Doesn't
a
hold
little... There's a hashtag Me Too thing going on there.
Yeah, I would
that we need
imagine.
to worry about.
Is it a little rapey?
At the beginning, he goes, "Hey, you, get into my car." He literally orders her.
How do we know when he's not talking to his dog?
I don't think I ever broke down the lyrics of that song before, Matt.
And he talks about touching his bumper and getting in the back seat and stuff. It's pretty. I mean, she
dicey.
seems on board in the video.
Well, if you're looking for rapey songs, just listen to Poison.
Well, that's true. That's 100% sure. But I just didn't realize Billy Ocean had it in him because he had a lot of big songs.
Yeah, I guess I just didn't put all that together.
Matt goes off on a Billy Ocean tangent.
Well, if you want to
Halloween,
get
you
into
guys.
Caribbean singers of the 80s,
There you go.
I think I got to go Eddie Grant because Eddie Grant was the man.
Eddie Grant was pretty solid.
That
Eddie
is
Grant
funny.
was really good. I have you ever watched the video for Romancing the Stone?
No.
No.
It's fantastic. I highly recommend it. First of all, the song really gets you going.
All right.
And second, there is a part in that song. It's a lot of cut-ins of the movie, but there's a part in the
Great
song
movie.
Great movie. He's walking around. It's like shots of him walking around and then shots of the movie. But there's a point in the song where he's got a machete in his hand and he throws the machete up in the air and it turns into a guitar and he catches it and fucking just destroys this guitar solo. It is so awesome. So go check out that video because you're really gonna.
I'm gonna have to look. Yeah.
Eddie Grant, "Romancing the Stone."
I like it.
That's hilarious.
I notice that when I say it both ways. When I'm talking about the Caribbean or Caribbean, that's what I do now. Like, no matter how many. Oh, you're going. If I say the word Caribbean or Caribbean, I'm saying the other one too.
Right.
Do you? Okay, because I would never say I'm going to the Caribbean.
I'm going to the Caribbean or Caribbean. See,
so you say it.
I can't not do it. Yeah.
Well,
I'm going to throw it in a fire.
Both. It's just, I think it's the context that changes it. And I don't know why, but it does.
I think it's just the way you grow up hearing it and it just gets ingrained in your head. And so that's just how you.
I think when someone yells at you and you said it one way and somebody said, no, it said this way. And that from then on, you're like, fine, okay, shit.
Well, also, we watch a lot of like moving to the Caribbean on
and they say it both ways all the time, too.
Yeah, so. But I think the one we watch mostly actually says Caribbean.
And it's funny because it's like thinking of moving to the Caribbean, and then the show will be like, well, here in the Caribbean. And you're like, come on.
Well, which one?
Yeah, right. They do it.
Where am I moving?
They do.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard somebody say, hey, have you seen the new Pirates of the Caribbean?
That's true.
Oh, I'm sure there's some jackhole who has just to be a jackhole.
Probably. You're saying it wrong.
Yeah. No, it's
That's too funny.
Anyway, that's all the facts I have.
There's a lot of facts.
Just the facts, man.
That
was
Sam
a
guys
lot.
gets around.
Yes. But I wanted to talk a little bit more about Halloween. Do you say Halloween or Halloween? Let's just keep getting into the linguistics of our
I think I say Halloween.
Halloween.
Halloween,
This
not
is
Halloween.
Halloween.
I think I say
Halloween.
It's very sing-songy. But I was wondering if you have like, and I think we talked about this on this show, but it was a long time ago, like 4 years ago. We talked about Halloween stories, Halloween or Halloween. So I can't remember exactly what I shared. I might have shared some of these, but I was wondering if you had any good, either from childhood or, teenage or early 20s years, whatever, of, good Halloween stories. And not the ones, Neil, where you make the kids crawl through the back of
the truck to get the candy.
Yeah.
I do have one. I'm sure I've talked about it, but when I was in 8th grade, I wanted to dress up as a rocker for Halloween. They had the
You didn't already
party,
just have the clothes?
The party, yeah.
No kidding.
Party at school, the little whatever they're going to have during the day. And so I did, and then my picture was in the yearbook, and it was like under the, Halloween. And what they put under me was not like rocker or whatever. They put John Travolta. They thought I dressed up as John Travolta.
That is not John Travolta.
No.
They're a little out of touch. Little out of touch.
I'm thinking. So that was
lame.
That always cracked me up.
Did you feel lame?
No, I thought it was funny. I mean, I was
okay.
People. It's 8th grade, so it's not like a school of thousands. So everybody knew that I wasn't John Travolta or trying to be John Travolta. It was kind of funny.
That's so
Did
funny.
you ever get in any trouble?
For being John Travolta?
No. On
During Halloween? No, friends did, and I may have been with those friends.
But you got off scot-free.
Yeah, I never had any incriminating evidence on me.
Can't prove
Just like the show, scot-free.
Oh, snap.
Oh, ouch.
That hurts. Did you throw him in the fire?
Bringing up the X.
I did when we were done. When I said you're done with the show, into the fire.
Yeah.
But I was also
druid.
I was not an egg tosser or toilet paperer.
Okay.
Or no, I don't. I'm
Really?
not.
I didn't like to toss that type of stuff. Other things.
I'm not a destructive by nature person. Like I didn't like to go cause damage.
Right. More of a salad tosser.
I'm more or cat tosser, depending what day it is and how close the fire is.
Yeah. Right.
Over 15 yards, I probably can't get the puss in there.
Wow. No, that's a tough throw.
Wow.
Tight window.
Mm-hmm.
I have never gotten in trouble on Halloween either.
Did you egg anything?
Did not ever egg
Toilet
anything.
paper anything?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
Vaseline on the toilet seats at your school?
Nope.
You guys are sweethearts.
Nope. I didn't see the point. I got other things to do.
Yeah. Well, if I did something like that and got caught, my dad would have tossed me in the goddamn fire for real.
Oh.
So it wasn't
Get in
worth
the
it.
basket. Going in the fire.
Get in the basket.
Wow.
He
Because
wasn't
put the
going to put
cats
me in a
the
hole in the
basket.
ground. What is going on here?
Wow. Sorry.
Did you have any? You didn't have any good parties you went to or anything where anybody did something stupid?
Yeah, drank.
It didn't
too
have to
much.
be you.
We used to
I don't think so. Not that I can remember.
We did a bobbing for apples thing that grossed me out.
Here we go.
He remembers that vividly.
Should have been bobbing for Rice Krispies or whatever.
It would have been better to bob for knobs. Right. It was gross.
I think that I think I told this story on our podcast a long time ago.
Dark Age
and Pretty Freaks.
Check it out. But basically, there was when I was younger, like real young, like 8 or 7.
You got tied to a tree?
Also, I got tied to a tree this one time. Apparently, I'm very annoying sometimes, and sometimes you need to work it out.
That's an extreme measure, though.
That's better than the fire.
Sounds like something the Druids would do.
Someone say like
the tree would be on fire.
Right? Yeah.
Burning.
Eventually the rope would burn, and you'd get
true.
free eventually.
Unless it's a metal, like it's some sort of wire.
You'd get real close and get real scared, but the rope would burn first, so you'd be all right.
Yeah.
But I still have a in my eyes, especially at the time, a rich uncle. I've since learned that he's just upper middle class. He's not rich per se, but as a little
so he's like Chris
kid,
Meyer.
right? Lynn Woods. Yeah. He had a very, very nice house and didn't have kids, and it was filled with like antiques and furniture you weren't supposed to sit on. So in my mind, that was rich.
Those are fun houses to go to.
Yeah, they very much not fun.
Don't touch anything.
Not fun. Don't sit on that.
Don't look.
Don't do anything. Don't touch anything. Don't
sit on that chair only. That chair.
Yeah. Lots of fun. They had one TV room that I was allowed to hang out in all the time.
Well, they had a TV, so that's good.
In the back room on the upstairs, so you could hang out in this room with the TV.
So they had a full-on formal living room, which is always a weird concept to me.
That they didn't really want you to go in, but I guess you have to.
You could never go in there.
Well, it's Christmas, so we have to.
Yeah, that's true. There you go. It's the only time you get to go in.
Right. But so he always liked helping out with like getting us all made up for Halloween and stuff like that. So often we would go over to visit him for Halloween, and it was a bit of a drive. It was like an hour-ish drive to his house, but we'd go early and get all dressed up, and then he would take us to the super rich area of town, in his town.
Full-size candy bars.
Full-size candy bars, and like this just little mansions. Everybody had like little mansions, and we would, park a couple blocks away and walk in. And I would have to say, I remember being really busy. So I imagine that many families did this.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because I also remember most of the people opening the doors to be of an older persuasion. So now that I think about it later, I'm like, oh, we went to the old rich people's part of town.
Right.
And they probably loved it. They probably thought it was like, oh, look at all
they
these
were
little
super popular, super
stealing
popular.
our money.
Right.
And so, but this was the gig. And later, obviously, you realize what's actually happening. This is what's actually happening.
Oh, no.
Jesus.
My well-off uncle is gay and very into home decor. And so he would pick and choose the houses we would go up to, and I would get instructions before I go up to the house. Okay, you're going to go up there. You're going to knock, and then you're going to stand to the side.
Because he wanted to go in and take a look?
Because so that we could see into the house a little bit.
Oh my God.
And there was a couple of times I didn't move to the side enough.
And he pushed you?
No. No, he would stand on the he would stand down the steps or on the sidewalk, not right next to me. No. He would stand, like 10 feet away.
With binoculars.
And there would literally be this psst, psst.
Get in there.
Move to the side, and there'd be like this hand gesture to the left, like could you just move over? Hey, psst,
it'd be good if it was now, because then he could have like a selfie stick where it just kind of comes over on Elisa's shoulder, the GoPro. You're like,
or the drone. The drone would hover in.
And I was like the littlest, cutest little girl. Like I had like all these
You're
like
cute.
little
Jesus.
outfits, and I'm like, what? And he's like, move over, and I'm like, what? And he's like, oh my God. And he's like, move over, and then I would like move over like a little. I'm like, oh yeah, sorry, and I'd like move over a little bit. He'd be like, and he just like with the hand, just like, no, just over.
And then he would
like,
send you up and be like,
in the way, I cannot see anything.
He would send you up and be like, this next house, you're going to say trick or treat, and what are your hardwoods? Where'd you get them?
Yeah.
Right. And he just like, if you could like engage in conversation to make this process take longer, that would also be great.
Do you have
tell him you got to use the bathroom.
Yeah.
Tell him you got to use the bathroom.
Do you have an antique person?
Right.
You have someone who does this for you?
But yeah, so I just realized later, and we did that with like a couple of years, and then other years we just went in his neighborhood, and then he came to our house a few times. But I just quickly realized that I was like, oh, okay. Like now I get it.
So he was using you, but it was mutually beneficial because you were still getting the big ass.
Oh yeah,
right,
totally.
Getting the full size Twix.
We made a killing. But he was like, psst,
a little shady.
Move over.
Matt, you strike me as the kind of person who probably egged a few houses in your day.
Oh yeah.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Did you get in trouble? Did you ever get caught?
Yeah, I mean, I think I told this story maybe back when we did the Halloween stories a while back when it was me and like 2 guys my age, like 4 guys my brother's age, which is 3 years older, and then like another guy or 2 that were like a couple years older than that.
Oh wow!
Someone has to drive.
We weren't driving; we were just walking.
Oh, okay.
I was probably in like 5th grade or something, maybe 4th grade, something like that. Anyway, so we were running around and we would do this. We were horrible. Like this. So this guy had hairspray as part of his costume, and he was going to reapply it. It was the spray shit, the
Aquanet.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you know what that thing does to a pumpkin?
Light it on fire.
Oh, just torches the shit of it. So we go,
yeah,
torch the pumpkin, and then like one of the other dudes had a bat and was like playing baseball with the fucking pumpkin. We were terrible kids.
Wow.
Yeah. Now, granted, I was not instigating most of this. It was mostly the other kids, but I was with it. I was complicit,
Right.
So we did all that.
You took a swing or two?
What's that?
You took a swing or two?
I never took a swing or two. I was just with the crew.
Right.
But then by the time we got to like toward the end of the night, because, Halloween kind of wraps up early. Like the money window is only about 2 hours. Maybe.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
We're in this neighborhood and these guys figured out what's going on, these dads.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, hey, they're stealing pumpkins and stuff. And so we all just scattered. So like my brother, my best friend, and another kid went in this yard and kind of were able to hide out. Like 3 other people busted down this one street, and then me and 2 other people busted into the forest.
Oh.
And this dude's coming after us. We're going to get you. And I'm sure he's doing it just to fuck with us because he's like, I'm going to scare these dumbass kids.
Sure.
But we think our lives are in danger.
Yeah.
So we're like busting through, and it's dark. You can't see anything in this forest. We're like having to jump over this fence and all this shit, like rip my sweatshirt open. Ended up with like these random, what you would call back in the day, stoners. It was just me and them.
Oh,
I didn't know these guys really at all. I mean, I knew them from school a little bit, but I didn't really know them. Most of them were older. And I ended up getting home crazy late. I don't know how my mom and my dad weren't like, where the fuck have you been? Yeah. I don't know what time I got home, but it seemed late. And my brother was already home and had been for like an hour.
Well, your dad probably knew what was coming later, and he's like, I don't like this kid much. Or
so whatever.
Or they were throwing cats in fires.
That too,
right?
Yes, they could have been.
They were actually busy, and they were like, "Oh, hey, you're home early.
We still got another whole couple litters to go. Can you guys come back in an hour?"
Oh no,
fucking druids!
Fucking druids, man.
My dad, the druid.
That's funny. How are your kids though? I mean, are they troublemakers?
They're
still young enough. You have to go with them.
Yeah, you go with them.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I think
you don't have to go with them. It's just if you want them to come back, it's a good idea.
We used to go at a pretty young age.
We do rock, paper, scissors every year.
I don't really remember going with my parents. I'm sure I did very young, but I know I know at 10 and 11 was definitely out on our own.
Yeah, for
or
sure.
Maybe an older brother or sister.
I don't think I was alone on my own at that point, and I remember using like the pillowcase.
Because your uncle made
you
go with him till you were 16 years old.
Right.
I honestly,
he still calls up and he's like, hey, what are you doing?
A little too cute to be left out by myself, just so you know.
We get it. You're cute.
I had curly little locks and stuff. It was adorable.
I was so adorable.
I was. Stuff's happened since then.
I don't remember. It's so weird because I know I stopped. What?
Did you use pillowcase?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know I stopped going at 16.
Well, you should have probably stopped about 3 years before that.
You know what? I think I did.
I stopped. Yeah.
Yeah, because I didn't go in 8th grade.
Usually you stop somewhere either
or something like that.
End of grade school, beginning of middle school is usually when people stop.
Yeah, I'm confused.
Then you actually go to like a party.
So it's so weird because in that thought, then it's probably it's for being a little kid, you probably only actually go by yourself like 2 or 3 years.
Right.
Yeah, so you got to raise hell when you do.
Freaking
go bananas.
I remember
beat up pumpkins.
I stopped going after my younger brother got old enough to really enjoy getting dressed up, and his outfits got so elaborate that it would usually take a team of us to get him ready for Halloween. So we worked on his costumes usually like after I think I stopped going after like 11 or something like that. And then we as like a family would take him, you know.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So and then like a year after that, my little sister is 10 years younger than me. So like when I was 11, she was 1. And so it was my younger brother, my younger sister. So as a family, we would go. And then obviously when I hit like 16, 17, then I got tasked a couple times on taking the kids out. But yeah, so we would actually spend like a couple of hours getting my brother Michael ready.
Oh, man.
I mean, like we would wrap him in toilet paper and age the paper to make him
down the toilet.
Yeah, no, we made him a mummy one year and we just wrapped him. And then we took like this like gray spray paint and like, so we'd like, you know, age the wrappings and things like that. And I'm like, if you have to pee, man, you're just gonna have to hold it. That's the way
or
this
works. Or he's going to have a yellow spot in his
or a Tinkerbell.
A Tinkerbell would have come in very handy.
Just have it constantly on.
Yeah.
Why does that mummy have that thing sticking out the front?
Yeah.
It's weird.
Little hose.
Yeah. But it just came all about other kids after a while. So.
That's funny. Yeah, we there was another one where it wasn't a trick-or-treating story. I was my mom worked for, let's just say my mom worked for a candidate for president.
Mm-hmm.
Back in 1988.
Mm-hmm. Make America great again.
What?
Make America great again.
It was Bush Sr.
Oh. Yes.
And we were at the headquarters in Oregon, and we were working at the place, like, you know, stuffing envelopes and doing shit. And it just happened to be either it was the weekend before Halloween or it was Halloween, but like it was during the week, so we were going to do something another night, whatever it was. It was around that time because all these people had costumes and were standing outside like protesting.
Oh, wow.
And they're like screaming at us through the window with these crazy fucking masks on. Like, you sell guns to the Contras. And I'm like, dude, I'm 14. What are you talking about?
Yeah. You're like, how much does it pay? I mean, I'll try. Yeah.
Yeah. So they're getting real crazy. And then at some point they kind of throw the doors open and they're chanting and it's a lot of noise and it's right there at the front. And then this person's screaming at us, calling us fascists. And my brother, of course, decides, he's like 17, he decides he's going to go explain to them why he's not a fascist.
He's like,
that's a great idea. Excuse me, I'm not a fascist.
Yeah.
But then that's going on. And then at one point, the doors close again. At one point, this guy comes in, just walks in, not dressed in a costume. And he walks in and goes, hey, can I get a lawn sign? And the person's like, sure. So they give him a lawn sign. And this freaking hothead young Republican freak show who was working there goes up and goes, wait a minute, what are you going to use that for? And he's like, to put it in my lawn. He's like, no. And he grabs it to rip it out of the guy's hands, and the guy like kind of lets go and turns around and just puts his middle finger up and goes, fuck you. And the guy who is working for the campaign takes the lawn sign in his hands like a fucking hammer and goes like he's going to chop the guy over the head.
Oh, Jesus.
And holds up like 6 inches from his dome.
Oh.
It was going to be a freaking massacre if he did that. It was going to be a brawl.
Yeah.
Oh, we were going to get destroyed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Happy Halloween.
Wow.
That seems a little intense for a 14-year-old.
I did hear that
crazy.
Politics does bring out the best in people.
This is 30 years ago.
I know.
When it was much more civil.
Yeah.
It's still happening.
It was still happening. So so that was pretty crazy. The only other one, and I think I mentioned this on the show before, so anybody who's heard this story, I apologize. I think you probably heard this story if you were listening back then, but it was the one where I just started dating my lady friend, and we went up to Seattle, and it was with my buddy Ryan, and I was dressed as like a warlock or something, and he was dressed as a like a bishop. You remember the story? Did I tell the story?
No, I don't remember the story.
So he's got the robe, he's got this huge tall hat, he's a bishop, you know. And we go to this party, we're with a bunch of people, friends of my lady friend. One gal's dressed up as Bo Derek from 10.
Like in the bathing suit?
She braided her hair.
Oh, geez.
Oh, wow.
And bathing suit.
Oh, my goodness.
And so we go to this party and we're hanging out. We don't know most of the people there, just most of the people we came with. And at one point, this guy comes over. Excuse me. She walks up to me and Ryan and goes, a guy in there just hit me. And we're like, what? Right then, this guy walks up. You fucking bitch, get the fuck out of here, blah, blah, screaming. And we're like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah.
So we go outside with this guy to talk to him. We're like, what is your problem, man? Like, you can't hit somebody.
Right.
He, at some point, and of course, we had some drinks. So there's, I don't know the word for word exchange. At some point, I guess he decides that, like, we're going to kill him. So he's going to go ahead and go on the offensive. He takes a swing.
Oh.
He swings. I kind of turn my head. He kind of barely catches me.
A glancing blow.
Glancing blow, not enough to do anything, just enough that I was able to actually dodge it, mostly. And Ryan is in a robe with a bishop hat on and just like takes this dude down and is like cocked and ready to drill him in the face. And I was like, I wish somebody had a picture of this guy on the ground and a bishop on top of him just waiting to unload on him. He luckily held up and didn't do it because I think he knew this could launch into some crazy thing where like got 8 guys come out of the party and we're getting our teeth kicked in. So then we go, we break it up. We all decide it's time to leave.
Yeah.
Right.
We go get in the car. And the gal says, "Oh, well, I kicked him first."
Oh.
Now, I don't know how much. Here's what I think happened. She kicked him. Mm-hmm. He pushed her to like, get out of here.
Right.
She comes over and says, "He hit me." We're like, "Oh, well, now we got to fucking kill this man.
Now we got to go."
And then we get out of the party and when she tells us that, and we're like, okay. Well, that would have been good information to know.
Yeah.
I don't think it would have changed things because the guy was a total freak show and was going nuts.
Right.
And shouldn't have been pushing her anyway.
But maybe she shouldn't have kicked him.
Probably shouldn't have kicked him.
Yeah. It's never good to kick anybody anyway, but definitely not at a party.
Because maybe he,
he may have said something. Sure. I don't know.
He may have said something or done something. I mean, was it an instigated kick? I mean,
I'm not sure.
She just hauls off and kicks him.
The way she explained it sounded like she did it without too much provocation.
Ah, I see.
But I don't, everybody's drinking and she's
right. You never really know. You're never going to get the whole story. So
no.
It is funny that somebody's just like, they might kick that dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck that guy. Boom. Yeah. That guy looks like a dick. Boom.
Coming in with my bathing suit, kicks high.
That's right.
So that's all I got. I mean, there's many other stories, but I don't want to bore people with too many.
Too many more violent stories.
Too many more violent stories.
I don't know. I feel like there could be a few more bishops in there.
Let's see. So you used to beat up pumpkins, light them on fire, crack them with a baseball bat. Mm-hmm. Then one of your young Republican friends tried to crack some guy on the skull.
He wasn't a friend of mine, but that's fine.
And then at your party, one of your friends who happened to be a lady kicked some dude and you guys almost got in a fight.
Correct.
So it sounds like hanging out with you can be very dangerous around Halloween.
I don't think you want to come up in November.
No, I'll be all right. It's after Halloween. We'll be safe.
That's true.
That's right. You can't throw me in a fire.
You're in between holidays. It's going to be fine.
Yeah.
That's true. Like gearing up for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And a turkey dump, Neil.
That's right. And a turkey dump.
Reference to a previous episode.
Can't wait.
That's what happens when we do these pre-records. We make too many referential remarks to things that happen like 4
episodes.
At least this time we're in order.
Sense. Yeah.
True.
We've done it where we've been out of order.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
I'm sure I'll get all of the jokes after this.
Sure.
Yes. Oh, before I go, I do want to mention, it's already passed.
Podtoberfest?
Podtoberfest.
How did you enjoy it?
I hope you enjoyed it.
You did a great job.
Did a great job.
I hope you enjoyed my segment.
Yes, we did.
Sorry,
I think
we
it went really
be
well.
there because we're in another country.
No, yeah, but we listened.
Yeah.
I'm
sure we did.
You enjoyed it.
Sure we did.
You might have called in.
Maybe.
We may have. Yeah.
I don't know if we can't call. We can FaceTime, but we can't call.
Depends.
Oh.
Anyway,
we'll talk about it.
But
we'll figure that
tonight,
out. We already talked about it.
Yes, we already did.
We should probably get going because we have to pack for the flight home.
You got to come back. I hope you had a great vacation.
Mm-hmm.
I hope it was everything you imagined, and I'm looking forward to having you guys back, even though I know you're sad to leave Jamaica.
Yes, we got a little something for you.
I'm sure we did.
Oh, great.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I know it's tough to leave the Caribbean.
Or Caribbean, depending on how you want
to say. Anyway, thank you very much for listening to our show. As a reminder, you can check out these two lovely people on their other podcast, Dark Angels and Pretty Freaks, and at the Halos and Heathens vlog. What's the URL again?
YouTube.com/Halos and Heathens. It's funny. We introduced Annaleis, but I don't really think we said too much about.
Yeah, you didn't say where it was from or who
Dark
I am.
Angels. That's hilarious.
That's sorry. Right. Annaleis is from Compton.
Straight out of Compton. Crazy motherfucker named Gusto.
Should we go back?
Everybody knows.
No. But
they know or they don't care.
I didn't think about it till now, but it is kind of funny. Like, well, we all know who we are. So
yeah.
Well, figure, she's been on several times, so
yeah,
people probably know who she is.
You could do something really funny and like do a splice in and she's from the Halos and Heathens.
That's right.
But do it super dry. Right. So it's like, hey, episode blah blah, and we have
in your newscaster
we have
voice.
our guest. We have our guest Annaleis from Dark Angels and Pretty Freaks.
Like a bad dub job.
Yeah,
that'd be funny. Will,
you
Neil,
guys.
watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. That is pretty bad. Anyway,
Neil.
you can find us at reasonsareseveral.com. Go write a review. Please tweet
Go
at us.
write a review.
Go write a review for fuck's
on.
sake. Unless you're a druid, then stay the hell away.
That's
I don't want
right.
nothing to do with any druids.
Then just
You're
like
gonna get
cats
a
on
5-star
fire.
rating that says druids suck.
God, druids suck. That's might be the title of the episode. Druids suck. tweet at us at ReasonsAre and at AngelsFreak7. Annaleis, we forgot to share your Twitter handle, which is
Wiretech Girl.
at WireTechGirl. So please come back and listen to us next week when we'll have our Tinklebell winners announced. You do have just today, if you're listening to this today, just through today to submit your tweets.
Sink your tink.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.